This video is brought to you by 3, bringing you 4G at no extra cost.
Hey guys, welcome to BTech Daily. It's Basil here with your daily mobile tech news roundup. On today's episode, rumours about a 13-megapixel HTC M8 appear, Windows 8 users could get a free upgrade to Windows 9 according to reports, Samsung gives Apple a helping hand for the iPhone 7, and the Oppo N3 supposedly leaks. All this, and we've reviewed the Sony Xperia Z3 and Z3 Compact, and they're brilliant. But first, HTC is reportedly planning to launch a variant of its flagship smartphone with a high megapixel count for Western markets. While the HTC One M8 has a rather impressive camera, the low resolution was a bit of a letdown. Of course, HTC's right in saying that megapixels aren't everything, and its ultra-pixel technology was certainly testament to that, but it wasn't enough for many. According to the latest rumors on Twitter, HTC is planning to include a device called HTC M8 Eye in its launch event next week. The latest rumors suggest it will be in stores in October and be identical to the HTC One M8 in virtually every way, except for the 13-megapixel duo camera at the rear, not too dissimilar to the J Butterfly 2. There is still some disputing the display size, however, with some believing that 5 inches will be upped to 5.2 inches. But to cut through the speculation, check back next week. We'll be at the launch event in New York posting up-to-the-minute video coverage of the M8i and anything else HTC lets out of the bag. If you've bought an HTC One and the M8i sounds of interest, unfortunately you won't get a free upgrade. If you've bought Windows 8 and Windows 9 sounds of interest when it's finally detailed later today, then you might get a free upgrade. According to Dian Toro, Microsoft is planning to take Apple's strategy of software upgrades and releasing Windows 9 as a free upgrade rather than charging for it. This would be a big step forward for Microsoft, but not as big as some think, given that the company has already given Windows 8.1 away as a free upgrade prior. Cortana, multiple desktops, and a notification center are all rumored to be part of the new OS. While Microsoft is tipped to be following Apple's lead, Samsung is making digs at Apple for supposedly taking its leads with the iPhone 6 and 6 Plus. It's undeniable that Samsung popularized larger phones. So, Samsung has decided to run a few print ads giving blueprints of the Samsung Galaxy Note 4 and offering them up to Apple for the iPhone 7. It seems like Samsung just can't resist a few low blows at Apple's expense these days. One company that tends to stay out of the limelight, at least this side of the ocean, is China's Oppo. The Chinese manufacturer is said to be working on a follow-up to its unique Oppo N1, which came complete with a swiveling camera. Leaks of the Oppo N3 seem to suggest that the company is not yet done with swiveling cameras though, although if these renders from Zeek are anything to go by, the solution the company's come up with this time round is a lot more elegant. Alongside the renders, the reports claim that the Oppo N3 will be powered by a Qualcomm Snapdragon 805 processor paired with 3GB of RAM. The camera is also suggested to be 13 megapixels and the display will be 5.9 inches and have a resolution of 1080 by 1920. And finally, you've been watching our videos about the Xperia Z3 and Z3 Compact since IFA. Now, we're ready to give you our final verdict in our full review of both of these phones. Did the two live up to the hype? Most definitely. In fact, the Xperia Z3 Compact is probably the easiest Android phone around right now to recommend, especially when you account for its £350 price tag in the UK. Click on the screen or in the descriptions to check out both full reviews. And once you've done that, make sure you check out Friday's episode of BTech Daily. Over there, you could bag yourself the chance to win a £130 smart pen from LiveScribe. So that's it from me on BTech Daily. Hopefully you've enjoyed today's show, and if you did, click that like button. Do get involved in the competition, and we'll be back tomorrow with more BTech Daily, so be sure to subscribe.